Yeah. So I like to say appreciate you all stopping by. My name is Simyazi King, and I'm the host of the Mr. Mouthy podcast, brought to you by Anchor, produced by Allah King Productions. So shout out to all my YouTube views, the ones that subscribe, my followers on TikTok, my friends on Instagram and Facebook. I appreciate all the love and support. Yeah. I would not forget you when I get there. You did. So right now, the hot trending topic is the Roe versus Wade overturned by the Supreme Court justice. And it's already starting to unravel as a lot of states start to rebel against the Supreme Court decision and make their own decision. And I think somewhere it was a clause with the decision of the Supreme Court that allows states to have their own say or nay versus the abortion thing. So right now, a lot of states have introduced new laws that overturns the Roe versus Wade decision, which is a form of rebelling. We could be on the verge of a civil war. You know what I'm saying? We're already going through inflation, which is on the verge of topping the Great Depression. Okay, so state introduces new laws after Supreme Court overturns the Roe versus Wade. The court's ruling rolled back constitutional protection for abortion rights, giving each state the power to decide. So you already have trouble then when you have the feds saying one thing and the state being able to say another thing. So that's already grounds for disaster. But in the process of that, several states had trigger laws in place that immediately overturned the abortion if Roe versus Wade was overturned. Others guaranteed the right to an abortion under state laws or their constitution. So we have an issue now where is it like the state's going to trump the Fed now? Because at one point in time, I think each state was considered to be their own federal nation. I could be wrong. I'm not a historian, but I know as we went through the process of having 50 states and having names and so on and so forth, a lot of times, it was kind of like a state trump the feds. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I believe this whole continent or country, if you have what have you, was like ran by the Virginia Company at one point, or it was called the Virginia Company. Shout out to my VA family and friends and fans. And then it was like the Confederate of the Texas Union or something. Yeah, so it hasn't always been the United States of America. So a lot of people still have those laws in place, and maybe they can't be Trump. Who knows? I'm not a historian, but that gives you something to think about, look up, and now one more to know, more you grow. But Planned Parenthood has now, well, Planned Parenthood of Utah has filed a lawsuit on a federal level to block all abortion bans. Planned Parenthood of Utah announced Saturday that it filed a lawsuit in Utah State Court to block the state's ban on abortions at any stage in pregnancy. So whether you're 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, Utah said, nah, if you decide you don't want to have it, you don't have to have it. And I remember my grandmother saying things like, you shouldn't be out there having sex unprotectedly. And this was like the disease thing wasn't even a big issue. It was like you shouldn't be out there having sex if you're not prepared for the repercussions of having unprotected sex. It really wasn't an issue of diseases. It's like that baby. You still in school, you don't have a job, and I done did my time raising children. So nah, I'm not gonna do it anymore. So yeah, so that was the issue. But they're pretty much saying whether you're 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, one trimester. If you decide not to have it, we got you. And also, as I digress, North Carolina reported earlier today that they expect to see an influx in out of state of abortions because North Carolina is one state that's like, nah, if if you can't if you can't afford to take care of it and you choose not to have it, then we got you. You know what I'm saying? Because no child wants to be brought into a unfit situation. You know what I'm saying? So So shout out to North Carolina for still upholding the women's rights to have a decision of what to do with their own body and their future offspring if they decide to have it. Um, today was today's. I'm sorry, excuse me. Yesterday's decision was very devastating, but Planned Parenthood will never stop standing with and fighting for the rights of our patients and providers. Not now, not ever, said Corrine Galloway, which is the president of the CEO Planned Parenthood Association of Utah. So she like, I got you. Yeah, just come on here and I'll deal with them on my own time when they get to me if I feel like it. So that's a trending topic. So for those that's tuning in the live chat, give your opinion, how you feel about it. I mean, it's such a touchy situation, man. It's very, it is. And I myself um was in that situation in the past. Like, should we have it? Should we not? Because I think adoption is harder. I think it's a harder decision as a parent than abortion because you done went through everything and actually delivered it, and now you have to give it up. That's hard to hold your child and know you have to give it up. So I think abortion at an early stage of the pregnancy is a little less traumatic than having it later in the pregnancy or having a miscarriage or stillborn or actually having giving your child up for adoption. You see a lot of situations where once the parent, you know, realize the decision they made and they get on their feet spiritually, financially, and they're able to try to rekindle or relocate their child, they always go back to do it. So, it's like the old saying, if you can't go home, you can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You can let love out its cage, but if it comes back your way, then you know it's there to stay. So, so that's a very touchy subject, man. But you know, one situation leads to another. So now a lot of people start to who was already on the edge of abortion, and now with this, in some states, immediately taking into effect that new law, and some states is going against that law. A lot of people wonder if you still can buy Plan B pills, and if so, where can you get it? And also frequently asked questions: what to know after the Scottish or after Scottish, excuse me, overturned the Roe versus Wade. So if you decide to take the Plan B, and I guess if someone already knows you're pregnant, is that still like a felony or a federal offense or something? I mean, this is going to open up a debate that it's going to be wider than the eyes can see. You know what I'm saying? And religion's going to come into aspect because I know in my 40 years of being on this earth, I've seen some women who was diehard Christians that had abortions, Baptists. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I don't recall anything in the Bible of an abortion. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we know of that is the Adam and Eve story and Immaculate Conception. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it was anything in the scriptures of an abortion. If it was, I overlooked it, and my pastor did too. You did. So that's on a federal level. In local news, let's see, because I'm in the 252 right now. Shout out to North Carolina, Wilson. Yeah, yeah, yeah. June 8th, Lil Scrappy, Princess, and Diamond from Crime Mob, Rich Boy, and shit, I lost my flyer. But it's gonna be like 5 acts here at the fairgrounds, so everyone stop on by, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The 2000s Hip Hop Soul Festival, or something like that. Forgive me if I don't know the name, but shit, they ain't paying me to get it right. Let's see what we got going on locally here. Well, as you know, a lot of states are already canceled their 4th of July celebrations. And then, me personally, I think because if it was really because of droughts, if it was really the issue of droughts and all the dry weather we're having, then there's no reason why Wilson can not have fireworks, and then 45 minutes up the road they can have them in Raleigh and Cary. You know what I'm saying? So if we all under the same uh, severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warnings, hurricane warnings, then we still should be under the same umbrella of drought warning. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I think it's just, I think a lot of people are starting to catch on to this little TikTok hip hop fad. I mean Facebook fad, where a lot of people saying we're not going to celebrate Independence Day, and don't travel. And this is not even a black thing. You got white people saying it, you got Asians saying it, you got Mexicans, Latinos saying it. So maybe it's catching a storm, or maybe that storm is catching the wind, and a lot of states is using global warming, the dry air, the humidity, and the drought as a form of not having it, versus realizing that a lot of people have canceled their reservations, or they already told such and so on and so forth. We not coming, we not going there. So, it's very touching. So we'll see. What else we got here? They are now starting to make vaccines for infants. Can you believe that shit? Like, that's crazy. Because myself, I have 4 children, all in the age range of receiving a vaccine, if I was willing and gave permission to do it. But now y'all getting it to infants. Come on, man. And if I can recall correctly, the segment I saw on CNN, they didn't even really have an age range. It just said infants. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Another thing that I find hard to conceive is that, all these conspiracy theories we see online. So let's just say we saw 1 million conspiracy theories online, and 990,000 of them was false, and 1,000 of them was true. That's enough to shift your paradigm. That's enough to shift your thought process. I mean, let's just say we saw one alien in a spaceship come out the sky. God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, Carisha, Shiva, everything is out the window. You know what I'm saying? I believe people still will go to work. If you can remember the show V, you know what I'm saying, when they showed up in New York City or Chicago, I believe, yeah, it was kind of a pandemonium for a week or so, but people still had to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Because they put on the disguise of trying to be helpful and for you, until they realized they had enough dummies to do what they needed to do to complete their mission. And it's also a great movie on, I think it's Amazon Prime. I believe I saw it on that, called Extinction. This movie is crazy. And I do not want to spoil it for you all, but what you thought was aliens won't aliens. And what you thought was humans won't humans. That shit was crazy. It was some shit like we had been left here. Like we were staying in another solar system type shit. But we had the robots under such a spell because they became conscious. Elon Musk spoke of that, about these AIs becoming intellectual and conscious, like being awoke. And there's been so many shows to talk of that. If you can remember the one called Being Human, wow, that was an awesome show. They could not keep going with that because they had no choice but to expose some secrets. You dig? So, yeah, that was a hell of a TV show. But the movie Extinction, 4 stars, 4 out of 5. If it was only 4, then yeah, 4 stars. And no movie is perfect. That's really the only reason why I don't give it 5 stars. Everything got a flaw, mishap in it. You know what I'm saying? I catch a lot of shit in the movies. But by the end of the movie, when you gotta read it. I wish they had a book to go to it, because I would love to read the book. The book is always better than the movie. So yeah. I'm jumping all over the place. Um, I saw some crazy shit in the news. Like a woman in Rocky Mountain brought her husband to the brink of death. She shot him in the back multiple times. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man. Hey, a lot of people say, look, if it's toxic, if it's drama, leave, and you don't have to be there, so on and so forth. That shit is easier said than done. When you got children or his and her name on the lease, his and her name on a car payment, and I done been with you so many years. It's not that motherfucking easy, man. Why you think a lot of women stay around and still get their ass whooped? That shit ain't, yeah, hell no. Yeah, I remember the first time my mama whooped my ass. I was like, well, I know I got some ass whoopings, before I could actually remember. But I got my first good ass whooping when I was 6 years old. I fuck around and hit a little boy in the eye with a crayon with the slingshot shit with the rubber band. My mama whooped my ass. Yeah, I was doing that Charlie Brown shit. I was putting all my shit in a pillowcase. I broke the damn mop handle when the mops was wood. I put my shit on the end of that, and I was ready to go. So yeah, hell no, you can't convince me. You have to stick around for an ass whooping. I wanted to run away with my mama with my ass, and I was wrong. Shit, hell no, you can't tell me otherwise. So yeah. Like I say, she shot him in the back multiple times, brought him to the brink of death, and now her ass is in jail. You know what I'm saying? So if you're listening, baby, or ever have a chance to listen, was it worth it? I mean, because the amount of time they're gonna give you for an attempted first degree murder, you might as well went on here and kept that motherfucker. To be honest with you, shit. Yeah. But to each his own. So, like I said, we're doing the local thing now. In Goldsboro, there was another shooting. Another shooting. So I'm actually just waiting to see when Goldsboro is going to have a nickname for them because Kinston got K Town, which is Killer Kinston, and Rocky Mountain got Murder Mount, and Wilson got Wide Awake Wilson. So yeah. So according to police, man died in the hospital following a Goldsboro shooting. Shooting investigation is ongoing. According to this is actually old news. It was published on June 21st, 6:15 a.m. Then updated. So, uh, according to the news, Goldsboro, NC, a man who was shot and taken to the hospital Monday morning died there later that day. Hmm, that was Monday. Why are you showing us this a new thing? Okay. So the young man died Monday morning after being shot earlier that day. Police say the latest shooting happened around 10:10 a.m. Monday on Andrews Avenue, just north of Holly Street. That shit is crazy. Cause who the fuck is up thinking about violence that goddamn early in the morning? That's crazy, man. I don't even get it. What the fuck could y'all be arguing about that early in the morning? Make you want to shoot a motherfucker? Like, and my thing is this. I'm gonna pause on this shit for a minute because I might not even read any more of it because this is why, for those that believe in inner earth beings, advanced civilizations, extraterrestrials, aliens, whatever the fuck you want to call it, this is why they will not appear in the sky and just save the righteous ones because you are all part of the human race as a collective. You dig what I'm saying? So people been killing people and going to jail, goddamn it, getting life without possibility of parole, even execution. So why in the fuck would you still allow someone to make you that mad? to throw away your fucking life. I don't understand that aspect of the brain of we humans because it's like the crack theory. I have family members that have smoked crack, still smoke crack, and I see what it does to them. So it's nowhere in hell I think I'm strong enough to, hey, I'm gonna try one time. It shouldn't do nothing to me. Nah, I know better. I know if it fucked up this person, that person, this person, that person, who beforehand was strong-minded, strong-willed, determination, devoted to their job, and now they look malnourished, they look fragile, frail, then lost every motherfucking thing. How can you be such a fool to try this shit and think you have a better outcome? Or I mean, I just don't get that shit. I really don't. And sorry, I use the drug thing as, but that's the only thing I know. So, what makes you think you better than the next? If it fucked him or her up, it's gonna fuck you up too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, so yeah, I really don't even want to report this shooting because shit, you see it on TV, shit is on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and that's another thing I don't get too. Why the fuck don't y'all go get the camera, man? You did. I mean, you got his IP address once he upload the video from wherever the fuck he at. They show you in all the crime shows, they could ping his cell phone to know where he was, if that was actually him filming. I mean, what the fuck? Y'all don't pull up and get nobody for doing shit wrong. But every time I look on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, everything is now this new First Amendment shit. And I'm telling you right now, if you haven't heard it anywhere else, you heard it first. They're going to rewrite a law to stop that First Amendment shit. Because, yeah, you have freedom of speech, freedom of press, and you know, yes, filming in public and, you know, whatever. And I get the aspect of it. Me looking at you with my eyes is no damn difference of, excuse me, no damn difference of having my camera on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna remember you in my mind. I can replay it on my tape. You know what I'm saying? I can delete it from the camera and still remember you in my mind. So I don't get that shit when people try to, why you recording me? Don't put the camera on me. You nobody's paying me to do this. Excuse me, sir or ma'am. You're not a star. So of course nobody's fucking paying you. Most stars that get paid to be on camera never come the fuck outside. So bitch, if Nick sir, yeah, you, if you pumping gas right beside the pump I'm at, yeah, and your car is no more than 5 years ahead of mine or 5 years behind mine, we in the same motherfucking tax bracket. I don't give a fuck where you live. I mean, hell. So I don't get that shit. But the more and more cops get embarrassed, and the more and more shooters we have, they gonna rewrite, adapt, and abolish some shit. Yeah, yeah. Oh, excuse me, abolish and adapt to some new shit. Because what you see in other countries, yeah, that shit is on the verge. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna blow in with the tide, and it's gonna happen overnight, right before all of our eyes. So yeah. Because I know I done got all the way off, but I'm just vibing with y'all. Excuse me for going in and out with the mic because I have a heavy voice, so I guess when I sit close, I don't want to seem like I'm yelling in your ear. So when I back up, sit up, and take a breath a little bit, it's a little more what I, you know. But yeah, I see the actual Civil War slash World War, the third sequel, happening over firearms. So a lot of states, I think it's a state wide thing, or it could be federal. You gotta forgive me. I gotta look it up. Actual co-partner is not here, so but I don't think every state got that law in place that ban assault weapons for 18-year olds, because shit, you didn't have people over the age of 18, 21, 25, 30, 35, and then did shit with assault rifles. So you know what I'm saying? So I think that's another state issue. Um, but to be honest with you, I really think the Third World War is going to start when it becomes a national. I'm gonna say a national New York law, and the reason being, I can remember when New York was the only state in America that said it was illegal to have guns. If you get caught with a gun, we charge you for every bullet in the gun. You know what I'm saying? So if every state adapts that law, these people that know better are not giving up their weapons. And another reason that they want it, because a lot of people have weaponry that far surpasses your local police department. That's why you see a lot of situations where they call in SWAT, which is a tactical unit, or the Army Guard. What do you call it? The National Reserves, Army Guard, Brigade Reserve. Excuse me, if I'm wrong. Don't want to disrespect any of my fellow soldiers. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, nah, and that's when I can honestly see black, whites, Mexicans, Latinos, and Asians getting together. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the first people that's going to revolt against that will be the whites. Before it was got fashionable for African American to have a gun openly in public, and what I'm saying, they was already taking their kids hunting. 2, 3, 4 years old, they showing their kid how to shoot a cap gun, and then a BB gun, then a aerosol pistol, and to the real thing. They was already taking them hunting. With knife, machete, firearm, what have you. So they take a lot of pride in their guns. And African Americans do. I think I don't want to say race because we're all one race, it's the human race. But I think every nationality has not necessarily a fetish for guns, but a love and appreciation and understanding for them because of what you see ignorant motherfuckers do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Because this gas is just a trigger effect. The gas, the food shortage. They talk about cutting Social Security. All this is they're trigger effects to see what you do. If you try to storm your local government, or if everyone will get together and storm the White House again, these are all trigger effects to see how or if the human race will bond together and band against them. You know what I'm saying? Because that we the people, for the people, by the people is for those people. The laws they make and the rules that they abide by has nothing to do with us common folk at all. And that's plain and simple by just going to Washington, D.C. and seeing where the White House is located and everything else around it. It's like, look at us, you broke motherfuckers. Yeah, I mean, just go there. So, like I said, I'm still getting my feet wet. I appreciate you all stopping by because it's actually kind of hard to do this shit without my co-host because he posed to had my little, well, fuck it. But like I say, I appreciate you all stopping by. Shout out to the two people that watch my actual or listen to my actual podcast and subscribe to me. Yeah. All the love in the world goes to you. So, other than that, catch you on the flip side. I'm your host, Ignacy King, and this is the Master Mouthy Podcast, brought to you by Anchor, produced by Allah King Productions. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm going to bed. I did all that shit. That shit ain't work, man. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Holy shit! All that